Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I wanted to play with some new makeup, just a few new products that I have seen online that I picked up that I wanted to put to the test today. In 2024, we are being more mindful with our beauty consumption and using up the products that we have, but if things are looking spicy, if things are looking nice and good and tickling the soul, I still want to put them to the test for you. So we're going to be testing a few new products today, giving them a little swatch, and let's have some playtime. I've also got you propped up in the window so that you can see the natural light and hopefully see the skin nice and up close, so we can go on this journey together. Let's start with foundation. Starting with the Fenty Easy Drop Blur and Smooth Tint Stick. Now this has recently been making its way all over TikTok, and apparently it's a beautiful product for dry skin. I feel like I have the world's driest skin, so we shall see if this works for us. Now this is supposed to blur an even complexion, light coverage, and a smooth glide stick. I picked this one up in the shade 3. Let's go ahead and apply a small layer. On TikTok, the people either like to blend this in with their hands or with a brush, but because I love the IT Cosmetics No. 7 brush, I think it would be a fair test to use this first and see how it goes. I've got a little bit of a pop and breakout on my chin. Let me just zoom you in here so you can see this in full HD. The shade match is very nice. Light coverage indeed, and blending out so nicely. And as I initially blend it out, it's not settling into any of those dry patches there on my face, which is nice. I tried everything to slick my pony down today. Nothing will give me the slick. I put pounds of gel and hairspray in my hair. I tried everything. I even have bobby pins trying to pull the sides tight. Nothing will hold these little baby hairs down. How do the Kardashians do it? How do they get their ponies so slick? So that is the first layer applied. It truly just looks like my skin. I can't really see that I have anything on my skin. I have a little bit of extra texture right here, like some really dry patches on my forehead, which nothing is helping. All of my products are kind of soaking into that, so I'm just gonna completely ignore that for now. The main thing is if a product is too dry for me or doesn't work for my dry skin, it will instantly suck into and highlight the dry patches around my mouth, which this one is not doing. It has a really natural matte finish. It's not too glowy. It doesn't look too wet on the skin. It really is just adding a very undetectable natural layer to the face. So as a first layer, that looks great. For my everyday makeup, I do prefer something to be a little bit more wet and glowy looking on the skin, which I think is why I love the Chanel Complexion Touch so much, because it just leaves that wetness. It leaves that glow. This is very much natural matte, but I do love that. As a person with dry skin, it's very hard to find a more natural matte finish that isn't too dry and cakey. So for a first impression, first application, this looks beautiful and just like my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my contour. I am using the last morsels of my Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I use the shade Light Medium, and I'm gonna apply a little layer of that. I'm not using any new products until I use this up, which I have a feeling will be very soon because these little corner side bits are kind of starting to dry up, so I don't think we have much more left in here. Let's move on to blush. I am so excited about this because if you guys have been a viewer of my channel, you'll know how much I love the e.l.f. Putty blushes. And I think e.l.f. as a whole, as a brand, comes out with so many beautiful, incredibly affordable pigment. The pigment is poppin'. This pink is a little bit more corally, really embracing the true orange blush because so many oranges just turn that grapefruity pink, apricot, peachy, any descriptive word that's not orange basically. So I want to see how it blends out. I'm going to apply the Dusty Rose shade because naturally that's the shade that is the most appropriate for me and my skin tone. Guys, it's blending out really nicely. The main thing I wanted to check, and what can happen with a lot of liquid blushes, is sometimes when they're a little bit too liquidy, they remove the layer underneath. LOL, let's go over top with concealer. This is my Tower 28 Serum Concealer. And let us acknowledge and embrace the underpainting. But look at that finish, it looks beautiful. From e.l.f. and I am thrilled to say that the colors do in fact appear to be a delight. So that's the blush, what do you guys think? Also applying beautifully on top of that foundation, might I add. Now that our base is done, I'm gonna apply my to show you. So in the same e.l.f. order, I ordered 2 of the lip pencils because it looked like it could potentially be a color dupe for the old version of the NYX Nude Beige. Now I've been getting a lot of messages, some emails and comments saying, no, the Nude Beige is still available. I'll buy them and send it to you, which is so nice. Thank you guys so much for the offers. But as we recently learned, the Nude Beige is still in fact available, but they've just completely changed it. The color is no longer the same. They've changed the packaging, the formula, and the shade. NYX, I have many words that I'd like to say to you, but NYX Nude Beige as we knew it no longer exists. So we're just gonna Let me just actually give it a little swatch here on my hand so we can compare it. There is the old NYX Nude Beige, very nice and cool toned. For comparison, another color that a lot of you recommend to me is the Endless Cacao by Makeup Forever. There's the Endless Cacao and there's NYX Nude Beige. Very much more dark, very much more gray. And the other one that I pulled out of my stash, which is very old and the product is coming out, is the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, which is definitely closer, but this is like the new NYX Nude Beige. It's a little bit warmer. So let's see how these roll. This is the e.l.f. shade Baddest Beige. This is like the new one too. So here's NYX Nude Beige, here's e.l.f. Baddest Beige. Oh, yeah, no. And that's the shade Truth or Bare, which is a peachy pink, so definitely not. This is very much in the same party though, the Baddest Beige. So I think we can happily go forward with that. The formula feels very nice. It's a pencil, but it's not too creamy. Really, really easy to apply. It's not the same, but it looks really, really nice. And I actually really love that color. And what I like is that even though it's not the same, it's still not too warm. It's not too warm, it's not too brown. It's still giving that nice cool tone side of life. And again, might I add how creamy that formula is. That's going straight into the daily makeup drawer. And the other new product that I have is a package that I got in from Summer Fridays, and this is their new Dream Lip Oil. And even though I feel like we do have an abundance of lip oils, the internet is going crazy for these, so I simply had to try them. Obviously, I did receive it in PR, so thank you so much to the Summer Fridays team. 4 beautiful shades here. Naturally, these two right here are really tickling my soul, and I think will very much go nicely with the cool tones that we've got on today. This is Soft Mauve, and this is Blush Dreams. There's Blush Dreams and there's Soft Mauve. I think Soft Mauve is the one that I'm feeling. It's a little bit more of that nice berry tone. It kind of reminds me a little bit of my Victoria Beckham lip stains, but in lip oil form. It's very natural, not too pigmented, and just like a little hint of gray plum. And it's honestly not too wet, which some of the lip oils can be really hyper juicy. So I actually truly love this formula because it's not too much. It's not making your lips look too plumped and too ballooned. Very different feeling from the Rhode lip tints, very different feeling from the Dior lip oils. I actually have to say that the formulas are each of them are very unique feeling on the lips. This is like a velvety oil, if that makes sense. If you can imagine what that feels like, and very minty. All right, my friends, that is the finished makeup look. Those are a few new products that I was really excited to put my hands on, that I've been seeing people raving about on the interweb. And I think honestly, as a whole, every product in here is beautiful. And I'm so happy that they seem to have worked out, and I think they will very easily all be favorites and added into my everyday makeup drawer. So would love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think of the new products I've put to the test today? And as always, please do let me know in the comments down below if there are any products that you want me to review, any old products that you want me to bring out and pull out of the stash. Let me know what you're putting on your face and what's tickling your soul, my friends. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this makeup look in this video, and I'll see you all very soon for a new one. Bye!